Project Wednesday, task number 5, time for s'mores. We have the fire going, now it's time for s'mores. To make one s'more, you will need 1 graham cracker, 1 marshmallow, 2 squares of chocolate. You need to have enough supplies for 18 people to have 2 s'mores each. Fill in the amounts in on the chart. So, amount needed per person. So realize that this is just multiplying each thing by 2. So for example, you need 1 graham cracker, and for each person you're gonna have, oh weird, you would think it would need 2 graham crackers, but maybe they're just breaking it in half. Either way, 1 times 2, because that's how many each person is getting, and you'd have 2 graham crackers. Then you're taking that 2 and you're multiplying it by how many people there are, which are 18, in order to get 36 graham crackers. Okay, you're doing that for marshmallows and chocolate squares. Think fast. In 1 chocolate bar, there are 12 squares of chocolate. How many chocolate bars will be needed in all? Okay, so you should have done the chocolate squares 1, so you should have how many they're gonna need total, and then you're just gonna divide that number by 12 in order to figure out how many bars. The leftovers. After everyone has 2 s'mores, you have the following ingredients left over: 18 graham crackers, 15 marshmallows, 30 pieces of chocolate. How many s'mores could you make? What will be left over after you make them? Okay, so again, you're going back to this recipe up at the top and figuring out that 18 graham crackers, so you could potentially have 18, but then you realize you only have 15 marshmallows and you'll need 1 marshmallow for each. So at this point, you're possibly thinking a little bit more like 15. Then you have to go to the chocolate and you realize you have to have 2 for each s'more. So figure out how many s'mores you can make and what will be left over after you make them. So how many graham crackers are left over, how many marshmallows, how much chocolate. Okay, and then task number 6, beach time. It's a sunny day today, and that calls for a fun day at the beach. Altogether, there are 100 people at the beach. Out of the 100 people there are at the beach, 23 people are swimming, and the rest are on the sand. Write a fraction and a decimal for the people who are swimming. So, for example, who are swimming, we have 23 out of 100, or 23 hundredths, which means that we have this decimal. So you need to figure out, write a fraction and decimal for the people who are on the sand. Okay? So first you have to figure out how many are on the sand, because all it said is the rest of them. Out of the 100, when 23 are swimming, what is the rest of them? Out of the 100 people, 68 people are kids and the rest are adults. So represent the number of adults on a diagram, then write the fraction. So I think I'm going to go over this one with you and have you do this one. So represent the number of kids on the diagram, then write a fraction. So we have 68 out of 100 are kids. And remember, each one of these columns is a tenth. And we have 6 tenths and 68 hundredths. So we're filling out 6 tenths and you're doing 8/100ths. Okay? You and a few of the others decide to collect seashells. You collect 100 shells in all. There are 24 large shells, 41 medium shells, and 35 small shells. Represent each type of shell as a picture, so on the diagram, as a fraction, and as a decimal. Once you've done that for the large, medium, and small shells, then you write an addition equation, show the total number of shells. And the easiest way to do that would probably be to add up the decimals that you get.